Here I've got two Sega Game Gears that I've bought off eBay recently. I wanted to get one because I haven't played since I was a kid, and in the end I went for a refurbished model, which is this one. This cost $39.99 and it came with 3 games. The reason I've got 2 is because this one that isn't refurbished came with the AC adapter, the official Sega one. They're a bit expensive, hard to come by themselves, so I thought, well, I'll buy it with the console, and that came with 10 games. And that cost about £27. The reason I went for a refurbished one originally was because the sound quality of Sega Game Gears has died in the past 24 years. So the capacitors for the sound and the screen in this one have been changed. The sound quality is really good. Sometimes it's a bit static when there's no music or effects coming through. But the pitch quality is good. There's a few dead pixels in it. There's quite a bit of dust behind the screen, and there are quite a few scratches. I'll show you the scratches now. Quite a few surface scratches, and there's one long scratch at the top there, which I wanted to get changed. Just so I can enjoy playing the games more. I bought them to play with rather than to just own. And because this one has already been changed from its original state, I don't feel precious about keeping the original screen, which is what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to replace the screen. I'm going to show you me taking the old one off. I've seen one video on YouTube of a screen replacement for this before, but he didn't show you actually removing the old screen, and I wanted to do that to see how easy or difficult it really is. I enjoy playing the older one, mainly because I use the AC adapter, so it's not quite so heavy. With 6 batteries in, the console does become quite weighty, but there is no sound hardly in this one. I'll switch it on and I will use my little speaker, because the headphones work, so I've got a speaker in there, and the sound quality is fine. If you were to take that out, I can put the console up to the camera. You can hear the sound. That's all the way up on full volume, and it's barely audible. I'll put this one on and show you the quality of the sound for the refurbished one, and it's very good. As you can hear the static, but once the music starts, it's not that much of a problem. The screen quality is really good. I'll show you there. It's hard to see through the camera, but the screen quality is really excellent. You can have the contrast put all the way up. I sometimes think that saturates the colour. I like it about halfway. It makes the colours seem a bit more rich. But I'd say if you were getting one of these to really play the games, then getting a refurbished one is a really good idea. This is me bowing, by the way. The computer's not very good. So yeah, but basically my object of the video is to change the screen. I bought this screen off eBay. It cost $7.99. The design is exactly the same as the original. It's got an adhesive film on the back that you peel off. It has another film on the top here which you'd peel away, and it'd be a lot more shiny and dark underneath. It's a bendy plastic as opposed to the hard plastic of the original Game Gears, but that shouldn't be a problem at all. There were 2 on eBay. This one was $7.99, another was $9.99. I got the $7.99 one because I couldn't tell any difference and just saved the money. I've got some plastic tools that I'm going to use to remove the screen so I don't scratch the console. I've got a bit of a plectrum here that I'm going to use to prise up around the edge of the screen. Once I've done that, I can pull it up with this little hook, and if I need to, I can put in these suction cups to stop it from sticking back down again. Once I've got the screen up, I'm going to blast it with some compressed air to get rid of some of the dust that's lying underneath there as well. And then hopefully I'll be able to just put the new screen on, flatten it down, and that will look good. I've not done this before, and I've not made a video like this before, so it's completely new to me, so hopefully it will go well. I've got the Game Gear. I'm going to see how easy it is to take the screen off. I moved everything else out of the way. I'm just going to use these few things. I'm going to start with the plectrum. It's very thin on the edges, so hopefully I will be able to get it underneath the screen. I did feel around with my thumb because my thumbnail is obviously going to be thinner than the plastic, and I feel like this part, it does prise up just by itself ever so slightly. And I've already got the plectrum stuck in. At some point I am going to want to take the screen off my Game Boy. With this, the screen is much more inlaid in the plastic, as you can see. With the Game Gear, the edge of the screen really does lie flush with the plastic. So it'd be easier to get the tools into here than to get them into the Game Boy. Yeah, as I'm prising it up, you can hear the glue coming off. So move around. I feel like it's just going to pop right off. This side, I can get the tool right underneath. So I'm going to just place one of the suction cups in the edge of there, just so it doesn't stick back down again. I'll spin it around. As you can see, it's really coming up really easily already. Right, so I'll just get this up. It's so wide a gap, I can just use the little hook. I feel like this side may be stuck down a bit better than the other. The other side was loose enough for me to get my thumb in, whereas this side wasn't. I'll just do it very slowly. A bit like that. I'm just going to put this other suction cup in there. Flick it around again. Yeah, I can really hear the glue coming away. I'm just going to do it really carefully. Do it on this side and that's it. It's coming off really simply. That's really good. Most of the glue is stuck onto the old screen here rather than on the base. There's a few sticky marks. They're actually not at all sticky, just hard. So there's the screen underneath. The LCD screen doesn't have too many scratches on. It's got a couple, but I think the majority of the scratches were on the outer screen. So that's come off really simply. I think what I'm going to do is use some sticky stuff remover just to get the rest of that off. I think if I was to stick this straight down, it'd be better to have it completely flush without any of those marks than to just make do sticking, because it will stick immediately to this before it sticks to the plastic. So that's what I will do next. Okay, so I've used some sticky stuff remover. I just put some of this onto a cloth and then rubbed around the edges of the Game Gear, and the sticky stuff remover has done a great job taking off that old glue. All of those bits of glue are now gone. It's just smooth. I used the sticky stuff remover and then I just went over it with the damp cloth, really wrung out, just to get away some of the grease from that. So now what I need to do is use the compressed air and just give it a spray, get rid of some of the dust, and just spray. Okay, there are a few marks on the Game Gear, on the actual LCD screen from looking at it, but I'm sure that after I put the screen on it will be a lot more improved. This is the screen. And I've just got to place it on top in the right place. Okay, that seems to be in the right place, and hopefully it will be. Now I'm pressing it down. I'm really going to press it down, just so I don't make the actual screen really smeary once I've taken off the outer film. So let's take off the film, see if it is in the right place. It's hard to see with the film on. Get rid of that. And I'm pretty sure that that's in the right place. Switch it on. I'm going to have a look. That is more playable than it was before. Those are the two dead pixels. They stand out slightly more now. There's not so many scratches, but it's definitely improved not having all of those scratches on it. I'm really pleased. Excellent. Cheers, Sonic. So excellent. That's really good. I'm really pleased with that.